Everybody, what's up? Welcome again to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Um, don't have a real strong topic. I know a couple of things have came out. The fact that RFK has endorsed Trump. Um, I'm not really sure how to feel about that. And for those that eventually make it in the live, help me out with that one because I don't know how to take that one. But no, it is what it is. But we'll talk about that later into the video. I just want to say, everyone have a blessed day. Thank y'all for being in on this live. But get into a few different subjects. Of course, I want to talk about guns if I can get into that subject too. But we're going to talk a little bit about politics, a little bit about guns. I want to get y'all opinion on some stuff. The other thing is, pray for Trump. I say that because I know what he's up against, and I know that there's people out there that I was reading a story not too long ago where they was on a manhunt for somebody who was guy who was he made a threat on Trump's life again. This is the second situation. I mean, I don't know the story beyond that so far, but apparently he had it was another attempt on his life. He didn't get a chance to do anything, but when Trump was down at the border, hey, what's up, Chris Real? Welcome in, welcome in. When Trump was down at the border, they had said, they put out a manhunt for this guy. So, we don't know how that's going to go, whatever case may be. So that's why I just say, pray for him because, when you're in a position like that and when you're trying to do the right thing, and, we know Trump is not perfect, but a lot of what I'm watching him doing, a lot of stuff he's talking about, and a lot of stuff I see in Agenda 47 plan and things that I see circulating around, for the most part, I know it's clear to me that he wants to make America great again. And, you're going to have people that's going to be on the side of, I don't like Trump, I don't like this, I don't like that. They usually don't have a reason why they don't like him. It's just they don't like him because his name is Trump or whatever they believe what the media has said or what the media has spewed out about him. And, you have a right to feel or think the way you want to think. Because at the end of the day, I was that person too. I'm not going to say I was a real Trump hater, but, I felt no kind of way about it. It was like, but then I started digging deeper and I realized that, what? He's actually a pretty decent dude. I mean, he's a reasonably decent person. And a lot of his policies have just made sense. Common sense. It don't have to be nothing groundbreaking. Just make common sense. I'm a person that believes that's government. I don't want government involved in a lot of stuff. So I'm going to get into some of the stuff that, when it comes to the DNC, I don't want to get into too much of what they talk about. Some of the things that Kagan Kamala had mentioned and says that she wants to do. The one disturbing thing is that, I mentioned it in the other video where at the Democratic National Convention, they had an abortion clinic out there, and they wanted you to come there and offer your baby, kill your baby, and snip your. That was at the Democratic Convention. That's what they were promoting, and that's why I always say that everything surrounding these people is about death. They want to kill. Now, they want the border open. Why? Because they want the crime. They want the crime for you. Not for them. They want the crime for you. They want the death. They want the destruction. They want all of that for you. What's up, Mike? What's up? How you doing, brother? Welcome in. Welcome in. They want the crime and they want the destruction for you. They don't want it for them. And my point, like I made, this point that I made in other videos is this, is that when they, you're right, Trump 2024, the point that I made is this. When they opened up that border, they did not want to scrutinize anybody. They just let them all in. Now, here's how hypocritical they are. When the border problem was just down in Texas and Texas was complaining about it, nobody said anything. But this is how you know they want it for you, but they don't want it for them. When Texas decided to start shipping them up to Martha's Vineyard, since y'all want them there, we'll send them to y'all. They shipped them out of Martha's Vineyard and sent them to the black community, Chicago, New York, all in the black neighborhoods. So if the Democratic Party is so humanitarian, why didn't they let them stay in their rich houses? Why didn't they put them in their mansions? Why didn't they take care of them right where they are? No, because they don't want that. They want it for you. That's it. They want it for you. They want death and destruction for the everyday citizen. They don't want it for them, because if they wanted it for them, they wouldn't. They would have either put a stop to it or they would take care of them. But that's not what they want to do. They want it for you. They want it for you, and they want it for your community. They don't care. Here's my point to that: is that, you know, if Kamala Harris was so tough on crime, why are the criminals allowed to come across the border like that? They criminals. The United States of America has a law that kept the border. You're right. What's up, Sean? Welcome back. Rules for them. They want the border open, and they let these illegals in. Now, when I go talk to somebody and they say to me, "Oh, I think everybody should be yeah, I see it. I see it. Thanks, Christopher. Yeah, it did freeze on me too. They said, oh, we should let, they want to let the illegals in. All right, so here's the thing. When people say that to me, they should just let them. I'll be like, well, good. Let them go to your house. Take care of them. Feed them. Clothe them. Why should the taxpayers have to pay for it? If you're okay with people just coming across the border in any old kind of way, let them in your house. Take care of them. And as soon as you make them responsible, hold them accountable for, all of a sudden they got a different attitude about it. Oh, no. You said it's okay. So my thing is this: for the politicians that say it's okay for them to come on, why are they not in their house? Why they're not in their house? Why are they not staying with them? Why are they not living with them if they care so much? Why? Because it's not for them. It's to destroy your community. It's to destroy your community. And then you got these other politicians. I don't know if the video is still freezing. Somebody let me know in the comments if it's still freezing or not. But you got these other politicians doing the Democratic side out here committing, they basically killing babies. Now, if they cared that much about the black community, they would have recognized the fact that 37% of the abortions in America are done by the black community. Now, the other thing they would have said was, maybe abortion is not here, because if you look at it, the black community population has dropped by almost 1 million people. Almost 1 million people. So this is the very same people that they say they for the black community. Now, the bigger lie that they keep coming up with is saying that black women run a high risk of pregnancy. If they get pregnant, they might run a high risk of dying. Now, I know that's a big lie. But see, this is, again, another attack on the black community. And everything is coming out of the Democratic Party. And I want y'all to see this picture. They want you to kill your baby, specifically for the black community. They want you to snip your balls, specifically for the black community. They want them legals to come and shove them in your neighborhood, so all of the crime and stuff, more destruction and killing for the black community. Now, if y'all really cared about the black community, why would you even allow this stuff to happen? And it's just consistently getting worse. Wow. I didn't know that, Sean. Now, Sean just put up there that it was 300,000 missing people from illegals. Babies, anyway. Now, my thing is this. We know that there's a whole lot of what I'm going to say is, child. They basically kidnapping kids and selling them on some market. I don't know all of the details in it, but I know it's factual. But my thing is this. Why the Democratic Party is not putting a stop to that? Why are they not even trying to put a stop to that? Everything about these people has become pure, unadulterated evil. But no. And here's the thing. I want to get on this other subject about Kamala Harris and with this so $5,000 to buy a home. That's funny. That's real funny. Where you gonna get the money from? Now, I know 100% she's full of crap and she's lying. She is lying. And then this is the type of stuff that they put out there that causes inflation. Because the taxpayers are the ones that are going to have to pay for that if for some reason they was able to pull it off. Again, that's going to cause inflation. But here's the thing. Real estate companies are people that are selling the houses. You know what they're going to do? They just want to inflate the price. They're just going to inflate the price. So that so-called $25,000 you think you're going to get, You're right, Sean. That's who gonna really get it is the migrants. That so-called $25,000. You think you're gonna get to purchase that home? They're gonna inflate the price of that home, and you're not even gonna see it. See, the key to buying a home is not about, oh, I want to go out there and buy a home. That's the American dream. The key to buying a home is being able to keep it. Forget buying it. Keeping it is important because that's a 30-year, in most cases, that's a 30-year commitment. You're going to have to make that mortgage 30 years. And you got to hope in 30 years that the electric don't go higher, which it already did. The gas don't go higher, which it already did. The homeowner's insurance don't go higher, which it already did. And all the other expenses and repairs and stuff like that don't go higher, which they already did. And then the food costs and the raising of the children and everything else don't go higher. Even though you might have a mortgage that's the same mortgage every month, it's still going to have some fluctuation because of the insurance and stuff and the taxes on the property. So here's the thing. So they hand you, say, okay, let's just say you do get the $25,000. 2 years from later, you're filing for, you get ready to lose your home because you can afford to keep it. That's the difference. Don't tell somebody, oh, we give you $25,000 to purchase a home. How about keeping the cost of owning a home down so that you can keep it? Keeping the cost of gasoline down so you have enough money to keep paying your mortgage. Keeping the energy costs down so you have enough money to purchase food because it don't cost as much to get all of this stuff. But they don't think that way because they don't have the brain cells to understand how the economy works. They're just making stuff up out of the top of their head and selling it to you. There's no way you're going to be able to do that. But if they care so much about home ownership, why didn't they stop BlackRock and all of them from purchasing all these homes? So that they can dictate how much they charge you to get them. And then here's the thing. If BlackRock sits on them houses, they don't care. You know what they're going to do? They're going to default on the loan, give them over to the bank, and let the bank deal with them. They're not going to take no losses. They're not. It's going, once again, it's going to have a negative effect on American people because now they're inflating prices of the houses. That's why the Feds had to step in and raise interest rates. That's why. You're right, Sean. Money and greed deals keep resurfacing, whatever. So you got guys just hanging in with me. But she's talking about handing out their money. The other thing she says is child tax credit. And this is the funniest one because they said $6,000 for child tax credit. You want to give $6,000 for child tax for somebody to have a new baby. At the same place where y'all have abortions killing the babies. So you're trying to say you want to give out a tax credit for babies, but then you have abortion and pushing abortion to not make babies. See how hypocritical they are? It doesn't even make sense. You see how hypocritical they are? Now, then they start talking about the economy and all of the problems in it, but they never give you details of how they're going to fix it. Where's the details? Where's the details of how they're going to actually fix the economy? They can't because they don't have themselves to figure that part out. It's not that complicated to fix this economy. It really isn't. Control energy costs. Everything else follows. Then she said companies out here price gouging. Just so y'all know, it is not in the best interest of any business to price gouge. For those that don't understand business, this is the reason why it's not in the best interest of companies to price gouge. Let's just say I have a store. Let's just say a corner store, regular little corner store, right? And all right, I'm gonna use Sean because I know Sean's in the chat. So Sean has another corner store, but he has one around the corner, and Christopher Real has another one. And we're gonna get Christopher Real. She has other store down some other way, right? All right, so all three of us own businesses. Okay, I decided to raise my prices up higher because I want to price gouge. You're right, Sean, they're not. I decided to raise my prices because I want to price gouge. You know what I just did? I just helped Sean's business and I helped Christopher Real's business. You know why I helped their business? Because my prices are too high. See, competitive economy is what keeps companies legit from not being able to price gouge. Consumer, if you go to one store and you say, man, why your stuff that high? Down the street is that cheaper? You're going to start going to the down the street. Why? Because their stuff is cheaper. So then the person that's selling it too high, he's going to be sitting on it too long. Like I'm the one selling it too high, so I'm going to be sitting on it too long. So what I'm eventually have to do if I'm not moving the product, have to lower the prices. Why? To compete. That's all you have to do. You'll lower the prices to compete. So when you start talking about companies, you know you're not telling the truth. Because that's why our system is set up the way it's set up, so that it's competitive. You can compete. That's the same thing I tell people about minimum wage. Minimum wage is not put there for you to live off of minimum wage. Minimum wage is for small businesses or small companies to be able to compete against larger companies, and hopefully they can hire somebody at a lower pay scale, because it's hard to make a profit in the United States, because not only do they regulate, everything for a business is a lot more expensive. So if they can't hire people at a lower rate, they're not going to be able to stay in business long, because everything else is going to drain them. So the reason why we have minimum wage is that hopefully the hard person is to hopefully find somebody that's willing to do the job for that price tag until their business can get up the ground to where they become more profitable, and then they reward the person hopefully reward the person that actually stayed in. But if you did not have a reasonable low minimum wage, small companies that's trying to get started will never get there. That's why when they raise minimum wage too high, big businesses are happy. Why? Because now you just killed all the competitors. We can afford to stomach that. Why? We're billionaires. We got billions to work with. We got billions of capital to work with. So if we pay more, we'll just raise the price of the Democratic Party, because they don't think that. So when you start talking about, I want to see, the thing the Democrat is running on right now is the whole convention. They've been talking about Trump this, Trump that, Trump messed up this, Trump messed up that, Trump messed up this, Trump. But they never talked about how they were going to strengthen America, because they don't know how to. They're stupid. That woman has no plan whatsoever. First of all, she don't even deserve to be where she's at right now, but we know how she got there. You know what I mean? She knew how to put a stick in her mouth, and that's how she got ahead. But outside of that, there's no substance. That's why she's avoiding questions. She's avoiding the media, and she's avoiding all of this stuff. And I would be surprised if she shows up to debate Trump. I would be surprised if she show up. For real. Now, I know a lot of people probably heard about RFK coming out and endorsing Trump. I said a little bit earlier that I'm not too sure how to feel about that. I mean, I'm glad he did, but I don't really know a lot about RFK to know. You're right, Chris, for real. A lot of black people are going to still vote for him. But you know what? A lot of black people is not too. A lot of black people is not going to vote for him, but there is a lot of black people going to vote for him because they riled up emotionally. They're not thinking logical. They're thinking emotional. I've seen one woman put a post out there and said, she had her daughter in front of the TV, and Kamala Harris, what type of person Kamala Harris is. I'm like, why would you want somebody that goes around putting sticks in their mouth to get ahead to be an example for your daughter? Why would you want somebody who made a career out of putting black people in jail as an example to your daughter? You're right. Yeah, I don't think she's going to. I really don't think she's going to commit to it, but I don't think she's going to debate. But we'll see. But why would you want that type of woman to be an example to your daughter? She changes. She's like a chameleon. She changes. One day she wants to be black. One day she wants to be Asian American, Indian, whatever you want to call. I don't even know. I don't try to figure it out, because I really, honestly, part about it, I really don't care. I don't give that a whole lot of weight. What I give weight to is that she's incompetent. She don't have the brain cells. She's stupid, and I know she's stupid. And and I'm gonna be honest with you, most of the Democratic Party are nothing but liars. Everything that they was saying in that convention was basically a bunch of lies. They just kind of paint this picture about Trump. And I'm gonna tell y'all, this is the real reason why they don't want Trump in office. Because they're afraid that he's going to go after them. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid he's going to go after them. They're afraid that Trump is going to say, you know what, my first 4 years I left y'all alone, didn't bother y'all, but now I'm coming for y'all. Because American citizens have nothing to worry about when Trump comes in office. He was there already. And what went wrong? What was bad? I mean, ask people all the time. When he was there for 4 years, what did he do that exemplify he was trying to be a dictator or anything of that nature? None of what they saying has any weight, because it doesn't match what he did. as a president. None of what y'all saying don't make sense because it doesn't match what he did. And then Kamala Harris gets up there and she's talking about the prices of stuff going up. Well, you the cause of the prices going up. There's no, my thing is this, and I keep telling black people, you're not understanding something. And I say this to anybody, but specifically right now I'm talking about black people because we should be angry because they're literally trying to push you back into slavery. Just not without the whip. Because if you look at the pay scale, according to their pay scale, whatever the charts, African Americans make the less money a year out of every racial group in America. All right, so that means your money is done once you get it. It's done before you get it. If that's true, if that's all the African Americans make, average about $35,000 a year, you sleeping on the streets. Because you can't afford to do nothing. Rent alone. You can't find a house to rent for under $2,000 nowadays. And that's something small. How are you going to be able to survive off of that if that's the facts? I don't know for sure, but that's just what the chart says. But why would you, after 50 years, continue to keep voting in this matter? Knowing that every single time it has been the same result. Nothing in return. Now, here's the thing. I get a lot of slack, and they're like, oh, you're a Republican. They don't even realize that I've been a Democrat all my life. Everything that you're hearing out of me talking about, I was a Democrat all my life. So I wasn't raised as a Republican. I didn't grow up around Republicans. But once I started paying attention, I realized this is a problem. It's a problem for America as a whole, but it's also a bigger problem for the black community because we the ones getting the worst end of it. But it's our fault because we keep voting for it. Now, don't get me wrong. Republicans just ignore the hell out of us. They do. They just ignore the hell out of us. They say, we know you're not going to vote for them. Y'all all going to keep voting for Democrats. So you know what? We're not even going to try to get your vote. And Trump was literally the only politician I've seen in years that actually went to the black community and actually asked for their votes and trying to get it. And my thing is this, and then he's taking a beating for it. He's getting treated like, when he went to that thing down in Atlanta, and the way that woman was talking to him, he's getting basically beat up to try to he's taking a beating to get your vote. He's getting disrespected to get your vote, but he's still trying to get it. He's not letting that stop him. He's still trying to get it. Right, Chris, you're right. She can't answer no questions. She don't want to answer them because she know she gonna end up just like Joe Biden, probably worse. You're right, Chris. He is a tough man. Now, when I done lost my frame of thought, but anyway, when I didn't literally what I was getting ready to say this, they're really trying to just spew a bunch of stuff out of their mouth. Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, that's where I was at. The Trump Platinum Plan. All right, so back, I think it was in 2019, Trump was going to, he had this Platinum Plan. You can look up some of it because the internet ain't scrape all of it out, but there is still some information there. But he had the Platinum Plan, which was specifically for Black America. And I remember when Ice Cube was talking about that, Ice Cube went and he got a bunch of economists to help him put together what they call a Platinum Plan for Black America. When he tried to talk to the Democratic Party, they didn't want no parts of him. He went to Trump. And I think what happened was, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but I know that they sat down and talked to him. And I know a portion of what he had, the Trump campaign took that because they thought it was a great idea for the black community. And they started implementing it. But here's the crazy part. Trump had almost $500 billion set aside for the black community. $500 billion. That's where that money went. All to illegal immigrants. All of it. He never got a chance to spend the money because that was near the end of his election time and Joe Biden came in there. But that money went to illegals. If you look at the money that they spent, that's where they got it from. They took it from that. So how can the Democratic Party say they care about the black community when the one thing that they had that was supposed to go to the black community to help bring back, to restore the black community? I'm sorry, everybody. I'm having issues with the videos and they going crazy. But Kamala Harris said she wasn't going to do anything specifically for black people, right? But she did something for Asian. She said not for one group of people, but if you look at what she was doing in office, her and Joe Biden, they was doing it for every group of people except for the black people. They did it for Asian Americans. They did it for the LGBT community. They did it for all of them. So, but you said you're not going to do it for one group of people, but you did for one group, another group of people. What you should be doing is for everybody, which is America, all the citizens. But you didn't do that. You just went to one group of people. But you said you wasn't going to do that. And that's why I said these people are liars. They like chameleons. They lie all the time. They don't tell you the truth. They make up stuff as they go, and they have no foundation on how they're going to actually fix this country. Because we're in bad shape. Whether you want to accept it or not, United States of America is in bad shape. And if somehow or another this woman wins this presidency, Putin and Xi Jinping, whatever that dude name is licking their lips, waiting for that moment. They're waiting for that moment. Because I don't care what nobody like about it, how they feel about it. These are men, and they are not afraid of women. And that right there is going to be open season for them. Like, oh man, they got a woman now. They went from an old dude that's broken down to a woman. Yeah, it's time to handle business with America. They ain't what they used to be. They not what they used to be. They ain't built like that no more. We ain't got nothing to be afraid of them with no more. Because now they got a woman president. And that's why people don't think. What's going on, bro? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Welcome in, man. Yeah, it's bro. His name right circulating around, but he's in the building. But you know, at the end of the day, he's a good dude. And if you guys out there, you know, give him a follow, whatever, man. You know, he's trying to build his channel, and I understand that part. I'm good, man. I'm good. And you know, at the end of the day, and the other thing is, she also made a statement that she wanted to confiscate guns. And you know me, you ain't confiscating my gun. I don't care. I'm big on guns. I don't care about none of the other stuff they talking about. When you start talking about, I would never let to tell somebody to take away your guns is to let your enemy take away. Why would you let your enemy tell you to put down your weapon? No one has been more irresponsible with firearms than the government. No one. The government has done more damage with firearms and more irresponsible stuff than American citizens could ever do. So when it comes to the firearm aspect of it, that's a big one with me. Now, some people is economy, some people is this, some people is that. With me, economy is a big one. The border is a big one. But when you start talking about taking away our weapons, you lose me. I don't care who you are as a politician. That you're gonna lose me. Because at the end of the day, that's the one thing that I love about our Constitution. I have the right to defend myself against a tyrannical government, which have already shown how tyrannical they can really be. So I don't bang with the government whatsoever. I don't, you know, when it comes to that, I don't bang with them. I don't trust y'all. I don't trust nothing about y'all when it comes to that part. So, if you're if you're an American citizen, you need to make sure that regardless of where your political stance at, when the politicians start talking about taking away your guns, that means that they coming to control you. And being a black man in this country, where all those Obama guns go. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Sean. I can tell you some stuff about how they confiscating these guns and what they actually doing with them. It's ridiculous. Like, you know, my thing is this is that you got to understand something, that the reason why they wrote that Constitution the way they wrote it is for you to protect yourself from government. Not just to protect yourself individually, it's to protect yourself from government. So why would you let your own enemy tell you to put down your weapon? The government is not here. Unfortunately, you got power-hungry government people in government. They're power-hungry. They are literally power-hungry. Here's my point to that. The reason why they offer, and mostly on the Democratic side, the reason why they offer welfare to people is so that they can keep their thumb on your life. They don't want you to get out of that. They want you, oh, we'll give you housing, we'll give you housing, we'll give you food stamps, we'll give you all of this assistance and that assistance. First of all, they're not giving you anything. It's coming from the work class and the wealthy and everybody else who pay into the tax structure. So they're not giving you anything. But the reason why they offer it to you and hopefully that you take it so that you lose motivation to be able to build your. Oh wow, supplying the cartel with. buyback. It probably is. I don't know for sure if you're right, but it probably is. But so they can hold their thumb over your life. You get what I'm saying? And that's the part that's why you need to come from up under that. Because if you're a person and you are ambitious and you got drive, you don't want the government with their thumb on your life, telling you, oh, we're going to give you all of this to hopefully you become lazy and reliant on them. That way they control how you vote or how you think. Because you think they're giving you something, not realizing that they're taking it from everyday working citizens and giving it to you so that they can have their thumb on your life and control everything you want with everything about your life. And then the minute you try to get out of that and you start to better yourself, then here come all the taxes. They're going to keep taxing you out the game. That's why I always say I want less government. I don't want government giving me nothing. I never take anything from the government. Even though they offer it, I don't want none of it. Because I know what that come with. That come with control. Y'all trying to control my life. I don't want government controlling nothing I do. I don't want y'all taking the money. I can take my money and do what I want to do with it. I don't want y'all having my money. Y'all already overtaxing everybody. So me, when I look at politicians, I want them to minimize government. And if you're not talking minimizing government and getting away from, you're right. That's what Ronald Reagan said. The most terrifying words you can have. If they wasn't so power hungry, none of what you're seeing right now would even be present. It wouldn't be happening right now. None of what you're seeing right now. We're supposed to be a free country. Meaning free enterprise, be able to freely build your own life and build your own wealth. So when I hear politicians talking about taxing the wealthy, I don't want you to tax the wealthy. I don't care I want them to pay their fair share. And be honest with you, if you look at the numbers, the wealthy are paying more taxes than anybody. But the Democratic Party won't tell you that. They just act like the wealthy is running around getting away with not paying taxes. They put a lot of money in the tax structure. A whole lot. It's just they don't tell you that. Because they want you to believe something differently. If you look at there's about 769 billionaires in America. You go look up the amount of taxes that they all pay. Now, I agree with Trump. I don't want to pay y'all nothing because I think all y'all irresponsible and y'all do what y'all want to do with the money. Y'all don't do the right thing with the money. So I don't want none of y'all. I'd rather find ways, loopholes not to pay taxes because I see how irresponsible y'all are. You can't say that the government is responsible when y'all running the deficit up the way it's at right now. You can't say that the government is responsible when the cost of living is off the roof. You can't say the government is responsible when you look at the movement. When we came out of Afghanistan, we left billions of dollars equipment over there. You can't say that the government is responsible because everything that they've done up until this point has shown how irresponsible they are. You can't say that the government is responsible when they let a million people just walk across the border and ain't checking them. You can't say that the government is responsible when you look at the black communities and all of the crime that's going crazy. You cannot say that the government is responsible. They're the ones that's supposed to be handling certain things and they're not handling their business like they're supposed to. But yet we keep voting for them because we vote based off of, most of us are voting off our feelings and we're not going to get in-depth information. From both perspectives, not one perspective, but both perspectives. But my problem when I went to both perspectives, I realized that it was the Democratic Party that has been doing the most destruction to my community by far. And it pissed me off. Again, there's nothing that they can offer me at this point to want me to support anything that they say because what they say don't other match what they do. They say one thing and then destruction comes. They say another thing and then destruction comes. And it hurts me to my soul because my dad voted for Obama because he wanted to see a black man become president. But if my dad would have known that Obama was going to write legislation to force the schools to let boys go into girls' bathroom, my father would have never voted for him. Wow. Yeah, my father would have never voted for him. And then the fact that Obama, not only did he force the schools, said if you don't do this, we're going to pull funding from the schools. Then he took that same mentality over to Africa and tried to force them to do the same thing and was going to put sanctions on them, meaning you was going to starve Africa, who you supposed to be a black man. You're going to go starve other black people. You're going to go starve Africa because they won't accept that gay agenda. You're going to starve them. It meant that much to you that you was willing to starve them because they wouldn't listen. They wouldn't follow suit. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. It just don't. It just doesn't. And my thing is just, for those that don't like, you vote for whoever you choose to vote for. I mean, if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you vote for Trump. I'm in Trump 2024, and that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? And here's the thing: it's not that I'm Trump. It's not even about that. It's just that his policies have made sense when he was in office, and it makes sense right now. And they're actually good, reasonable policies, and it's not causing government to overreach and step in the positions that they ain't supposed to be stepping into. Government should not. The government's job is to protect the country, protect the surrounding country, make sure our military is strong, make sure we're not under no threats that we can't handle, and deal with some of the stuff that are locally, but not on the scale that they're doing it right now. They're overreaching. But it's what it is, and we need to for our country that we turn back to God, because that's what we all really need. Truthfully be told, we need to turn back to God, and we need to put God back first to being in this country, because right now we have lost our way, and that's real talk. We lost our way, and I want to thank y'all for being alive. Like and subscribe. Some people are really big about these channels, and they want all these subscribers and stuff like that. I know where I'm going with this. I just enjoy doing it, and I don't want to have fun and enjoy myself. And even with the ones that are on my channel subscribing, I don't want to just make it about one thing and not be able to talk about other situations and other stuff, and be able to interact with people. So it's more to it for me than just about politics. I'm a gun fanatic. I love my gun. You're right, Sean. Government overreach and God, amen. And I think it's this: we really need to draw back closer to God. We really do, because if we put God first, America becomes strong. And when we put God first, America will become stronger, because God is the reason why America became what it was, because we worship and we believed in God, and we lost that. Somewhere along the line, we lost it. We need to get it back. We need to get back to that. We need to stop bickering back and forth about skin color and all this other stuff that don't really matter. It don't really matter. The grave don't care what color your skin is. It don't. So we need to get back to that. We need to be able to enjoy each other's company and have fun around each other, man. And, forget all of the other stuff and say, we're Americans. That's it. We're Americans. And we're going to enjoy this. We're going to enjoy our country. We're going to have fun. And that's what I want to come back to. I want to go back to our country being able to walk down the street and we talk and we communicate, laugh and joke and love each other like we should be loving each other, because we're all Americans. And that's what we need to get back to. And that, and that start with us. Each individual, we need to get back to that. And I'm not going to hold you guys long. I'm going to say I love you guys. Appreciate y'all being on there. Hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video with all that you can share it with. Help this channel to go far. And hopefully we can use this channel to help bring back America. We can help make America great again. But the bigger thing is to help get America back to believing in God, and help get America back to us enjoying each other and embracing each other, regardless of who you are and where you come from. And that's real talk. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy your Sunday. Oh, on another note, before I go, I'm going to be changing my live dates, only because it's on Sundays, and I know I got football fans, and I'm one of them. And so I'm going to probably end up switching the live dates to Wednesdays. And I'm still going to throw another day in there, but I'm going to switch my live dates to Wednesday to probably about 6:30 or 7 for those that are on a lives. And I'm going to shut down the Sundays, because I know a lot of people like to watch football, and I don't want to have to compete with the NFL. But y'all have a blessed and wonderful day, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. Good night.